I was watching the birds feeding at our bird feeder a few days ago, usual mix of sparrows, doves, and a couple of jays at the feeder, when all of a sudden I saw something I never saw before. A cat pounced from the bushes trying to grab one of the birds, but the birds flew off in an instant and the cat walked away with nothing. Now, how did they all know to fly away in an instant? How did they tell each other? There's something in their common cry said, "Get out of here, fast." I read some years ago that birds have a common warning system. No matter what kind of bird they are, they hear the same warning. And maybe that's one of the reasons we like to listen to birds. Their song tells us we're safe. They also warn us when there's danger. We're wired to hear the song of the birds. It's a mystery, isn't it? But just as mysterious is what Jesus tells us in our reading today from St. John. He speaks of friendship. "I've called you friends," he says. The Son of God calls us friends. We're wired to him by a bond of friendship. We haven't chosen him, he chose us and calls us friends. Friendship is interesting, isn't it? Again, it's mysterious. It's hard to say how it happens. Some people, for example, are unlikely friends. You wonder how they were attracted to each other. Friendship also communicates life. "You are my friends," Jesus says, "and I tell you everything I hear from the Father." He communicates with us as a friend does with a friend. He gives us life. He tells us what we would never know without him. It's also true that a friend doesn't always have to be seen or heard. Some friends we may not see for days or weeks or years, but they're there. Friends are among our greatest gifts. They're lasting gifts. So as he prepares to leave them at the supper room, he'll die and he'll rise from the dead and enter another life. Jesus reminds his disciples his friendship will remain. He's still their friend. His love remains. And that's what he says to us. "I remain as your friend. Remain in me," he says. He stays with us. We grow in his friendship. He opens life to us beyond our dreams. We learn from him the greatest lessons, and that is to love one another. To love one another as friends.